Webster.
As should be common knowledge by now, Nintendo and Sega struck an exclusivity deal for 3 Sonic games to only appear on Nintendo systems. These games are widely believed to be Sonic Colors, Sonic Lost World, and Sonic Boom. As I don't own a Wii U and have no intention of getting one, I assumed I'd never get to play Sonic Lost World, interesting as it looked. But scrolling through Steam one day, I happened to discover... Yes, Sonic Lost World has come to PC because the industry keeps reminding us that the phrase exclusive game doesn't actually mean anything. So, how is it? I'll be blunt, it's kind of terrible.
Hey, wait a minute!
What the?
Hey everyone! My name is Miles Prower, but everyone calls me Tails.
You are actually going to try and defend this game, aren't you?
You bet! What were you saying before?
That I went into this game with high expectations and came out disappointed, something I'd really like to elaborate on.
Oh man, you have your reasons, I guess.
Indeed I do, starting with the controls. Previous Sonic games have always been about building up momentum, earning your speed, and then maintaining it. It's the core mechanic of the entire series. Sonic Lost World gets rid of that. You have 2 set speeds. You're either walking or running, and you toggle between the 2 instantly by holding down a trigger. Not only does this mean that getting top speed requires no effort and no build-up, but that top speed is very sluggish. Sonic doesn't feel fast, and that sentence alone should set off alarm bells.
That can't be good.
It's not. In addition, Sonic's movements appear to be restricted to 8 directions, similar to the controls in Super Mario 3D World. I can see why the developers might have done this. Sonic has traditionally been wobbly to control in 3D, and maintaining a straight line has always been difficult. But they went too far, and the result feels really stiff. You're constantly battling the controls as a result. The set speed has knock-on effects for everything else, too. Sonic now has a double jump, which you'll need because you're no longer able to build up momentum, and therefore have a set jump height and distance. It's, again, counterintuitive. A new addition to counter that is parkour, which is supposed to make the game feel more fluid. Surely it helps? No. The parkour is very hit and miss. Sometimes it activates and does what it's supposed to do, other times you'll have no joy whatsoever. Alright? How about bashing badniks? Well, you now have 2 attack options. One is the homing attack that's been in every title since Sonic Adventure. The other is... a kick? Some enemies are immune to the homing dash and have to be kicked, and the same is true vice versa. You can even take damage if you get it wrong. Regrettably, there's no way to tell which attack you need to dispatch an enemy outside of good old-fashioned trial and error. Stopping to fight badniks breaks the limited flow and pacing of the game's levels, and the only reason to stop an attack instead of running straight past is to free the animals inside. You see, these animals are used as a currency to unlock later levels. Yes, if you haven't saved enough of them, you have to go back, repeat levels you've already completed, and grind, bringing your overall progress in the game to a halt. Not that the game doesn't frequently stop dead anyway. Take this section where I have to guide a giant piece of fruit into a fan. So much for gotta go fast. There are other areas where it tries to throw in gimmicks and new tricks, like this Flappy Bird wannabe that's as painful to play as it looks.
We got a problem here.
Indeed we do. Speaking of the level design, are you getting a Mario Galaxy vibe yet? How about this overworld, which is just plain awful to navigate, by the way? Seem familiar? Now take a look at the shaders, colours, and level layouts, and tell me the aesthetic isn't borrowing heavily from Super Mario 3D World. What's really sad about this is that the history of Sonic the Hedgehog states very clearly that Sonic was created to be everything Mario wasn't. Mario was slow, Sonic was fast. Mario was humble and polite, Sonic had an in-your-face attitude. Mario was fat, Sonic was... actually kinda chubby back then. Times have changed, and the blue hedgehog that was Mario's polar opposite is now imitating the Italian plumber.
It can't be true!
Look at the evidence. I've not seen something this blatant since From Hell, a film that wants to be a Tim Burton movie so badly they go as far as to get Johnny Depp to star in it. It used to be said that what separated Mario and Sonic was that you could put Sonic in any of Mario's levels and he would be able to reach the end, but the same wasn't true in reverse. However, with this game, I could honestly swap Sonic out for Mario and find it perfectly plausible.
If you say so.
Possibly the most damning piece of evidence is how many times this game has already been reduced. The game hit Steam on November 2nd, 2015 at $19.99. It went down to $9.99 in the winter sale the following month, before being reduced even further to £6.79 in January 2016. I wouldn't be surprised if this game has spent more time on sale than it has at full price. Either way, I can't recommend this game, even as a lifelong fan of Sonic. Unleashed was okay. Colors and Generations were actually pretty good, but between this and Boom, it doesn't look good for the Hedgehog's future. This conclusion is long overdue, and I probably managed to hang in there longer than most, but I think it's time for me, personally, to call it quits with the franchise.
No, it can't be true! Sonic can't be dead!
Sonic's far from dead. He's got a ferocious fan base, and he'll always be the star of my favourite game, Sonic 2. But I can't trust the hands he's in now to handle him properly, and I can't get excited for new releases anymore. Hell, this game almost sullied the original titles by bringing back classic enemies and playing on my nostalgia. I'm not even angry, I'm just disappointed. At any rate, this has been Sam, thanks for watching, and if you want to see more then please subscribe.
Hey! Wake up! I've got something I've got to show you.